Yeah, huge game, live and exclusive on talkSPORT 2 today, 3 p.m, Everton v Wolves. Relegation 6-pointer, Cass. And going into this, Everton aiming to avoid the third straight Premier League defeat. Lampard's side have just won of their last 7 league games. Drawn 1, lost 5, failing to score in 5 of the last 6. So, look, this is a big game for Lamps, and he's under a bit of pressure. I remember going into, before the World Cup, they played Bournemouth, didn't they?
Twice in a week.
And got pumped in both games, and it wasn't pretty at the end of the last game. I think the police have to get involved, and there was things going on. And look, he's coming under a bit of pressure. The fans are turning, and when they do it, Everton, it's hard to get it back.
Yeah, well, they lost 4-1 in that game, Bournemouth away in the EFL Cup, and they lost 3-0 in the league game. Now,
that's unacceptable, isn't it, Cass?
Well, yeah, but Everton have been in the mire for a long time. You know, if they take Calvert-Lewin up front, I'm reading in the paper today, and and Frank Lampard's talking about Calvert-Lewin and saying they have to show caution with him. They've shown caution with him for a year. Yeah. Because he's never got himself fit because of injuries. They signed Neil Maupay. Okay, decent squad player. Yeah. Do I think he should be leading the line at Everton week in, week out? Maybe. To a degree.
No, not the answer.
Look, these are 2 low-scoring teams. You look at the goals for column, it's dreadful for the both of them. Wolves are the worst, and Everton are equal the second worst. Now, so that's telling you where their problems is. And I look at Everton and I think, Anthony Gordon, he was out the team. He got left out. And he was probably one of their main players for the last 6 months, of a player that's sort of shone for them. He's had great performances for Everton, and he was finding himself in and out of the team. Demarai Gray was in and out of the team. I'm looking at, the loss of Richarlison was a huge one because Everton at the end of last season, his goals were pivotal to them staying up. Yeah. But it's Everton are at home, so it's all on them. I think personally, if Wolves fans will listen, I think the Wolves' problem's easier to solve, as in their major problem is they're not so bad defensively, but they're actually they're terrible goals for column again.
They can't find a goal.
But you know, it's easy to people go on about this. It's the hardest thing in the world to do is to score. Maybe on an individual level, but as a team, Jamie, you've been in teams and I've been in teams. Yeah. We know we can score goals. And what do? We get fullbacks in forward areas. Yeah. We get lots of crosses in. We get bodies into the 18-yard box. That allows you to score more goals. Yeah. Wolves don't do that. Everybody's isolated when I watch them.
Yeah, and no, you're right, Cass. People do say that, scoring is the hardest thing to do. But actually, keeping clean sheets is one of the hardest things to do. Being solid at the back, not conceding. And I think especially when I watched Wolves last season, I know they've got a new manager now, but I actually thought they looked like a really good side. They just
keep the ball brilliantly.
Keep the ball, got good players. I think getting rid of Conor Coady was a massive wrong decision.
Well, he can't play today.
He can't play, right?
No.
Is it why?
He's loaned, isn't he? He's loaned from Wolves to Everton.
Right. Oh, and that rule still applies, does it?
Yeah, he's not playing.
I thought that kind of got rid of. I think that's poor. I don't think that should be allowed now.
Well, maybe.
If that player's not good enough,
I'm right.
If that player's not deemed good enough to play on your side, and you loan him out to another team, you play against him.
Well, he's still his parent club is Wolves, so they have the right to say he can't play against us.
Yeah, but they don't want him in their team.
Yeah, well, that's a manager's decision. That's not a club's decision. Manager has that right to.
But he's gone to Everton. He should be allowed to play.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you why.
No, I know.
Why it's become what it is.
It happened to me. So I feel Conor Coady. If he's not playing, then that is the case.
Well, so the team you were playing against wanted you to play, did they?
Yeah.
Can Jamie please
play O'Hara today, please, so we get a result?
No, do you know what I mean? So it's a weird one because Wolves. I think the solution for Wolves is slightly easier because they've continually all season. I saw them at Spurs, and I've talked about this on the Weekend Sports Breakfast. I watched them live because it's always better going to see a team live. They were fantastic for 70 minutes. Spurs beat them 1-0, and they got punished. But they were really good, but couldn't play with any purpose in the final third. That was their issue. Now, if you can just change that one thing at Wolves, now you've got a team that are not that bad defensively that can go on and win games.
Cass, you've seen 15 games played in the Premier League from a lot of the teams at the bottom. Who's your 3 to go down?
I still think Forest will go. I'm not sure how Nathan Jones is going to do at Southampton. I think that's a massive challenge, and how competitive they'll be in the transfer market, I really don't know. And then I think you can go as high as still to Brentford in 10th, that if losing Ivan Toney and going a bad run, because they've got some really tough fixtures coming up, and they get dragged back in it. And Natalie won't thank me for this, but I have said to her now, I think you can go up to 10th place, as Brentford is still not safe, because even Leicester have had a great run.
Leicester have picked up, haven't they?
They have, but they're still, they've played one game more than than Leeds United.
Yeah, but forget Leicester now.
Leeds could go above Leicester. Well, no, you can't forget about Leicester.
Yeah, you can.
Any bad run of a team in 10th and below can still drag them into the relegation zone.
I mean, they really sorted themselves out, Leicester, didn't they? Because they were absolutely having a nightmare.
Well, it does help having Harvey Barnes, Jamie Vardy, Daka, James Maddison.
They've got top players.
Yeah,
when you saw where they were in the league, and you're looking at it going, how are these bottom?
Loads of injuries early part of the season, defensively especially. I think
I'm worried for Everton, Cass. I'm worried for Everton. And
I think Evertonians will tell you that, but then Everton fans have been worried for a year and a bit, and maybe a bit longer. Where their club is heading. This is a terrific football club that we talked about home atmospheres. If you was to pick a team in the bottom end of the table, there's a few clubs in there, like Leeds and West Ham and others, but Everton would be in there with the atmosphere that they can create at games. But it's been a negative one because they've been struggling.
Yeah, massive game that is today. 3 o'clock, Everton v Wolves, live on talkSPORT 2.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.